Alright, so I'm just gonna say it. The audience is the reason why the Super Mario Galaxy movie turns out the way that it did. And I'm only saying this because the first movie was criticized for having quote-unquote slow pacing and not having a story that could rival The Godfather in terms of writing. So Illumination took this feedback and applied it going into this movie, giving it much faster pacing, like the audience members wanted. But the problem with this approach is that it creates pressure for them to try to cram in everything as much as possible, as soon as possible, while leaving very little to no room for their characters and certain story elements to truly develop or settle in. Now, with that being said, this isn't a bad movie. It has a lot going for it, such as its great visuals, its music scores, and its, very simple plot, which is that Rosalina gets captured by Bowser Jr. and is up to Mario and everyone to go and rescue her. Now, even though the plot doesn't change people's perspective on life with Shakespeare levels of writing, it still provides an entertaining story. And just like that first movie, there's plenty of references and Easter eggs to past Nintendo properties, which is basically a big love letter to Nintendo and the Mario franchise itself. On the other hand, the movie attempts to please a galaxy full of unjustified critiques from the previous movie, and this just causes the story to be in a constant state of light speed instead of flying through the cosmos at its own pace. Even though there is an entertaining story in this movie, it forgets that it's okay to slow down at times, and this creates potential plot points that lack time to fully develop along with some of its important characters. Instead of letting the pacing feel natural, the movie feels the constant need to now this, the audience in order to please short attention spans. And this all just goes back to what I said earlier about being pressured to cram in everything as much as possible, as soon as possible. But luckily, the movie does manage to wrap its major plot points in a way that does make sense, despite the movie itself feeling a bit rushed. Overall, I give the Super Mario Galaxy movie a 7 out of 10. Although it is a slight step down from the first movie, which is a 10 out of 10 to me, there is plenty to enjoy here. You could really see that they put effort into this movie and the love for its limited source material as well. But the constant need to just please everyone is just what holds this movie back from unlocking its full and true potential. It's okay to have slower parts in a movie. This allows characters to naturally develop and grow. And for what it's worth, this movie is fine for what it is, and that's not a bad thing. Everything doesn't always need to be a masterpiece every single second. And if they decide to make a third movie, I hope Illumination's biggest takeaway from this is that people pleasing leaves no room to please yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you keep pleasing the critiques or annoying fans that want you to do this with your story, is it really your story anymore? And that's gonna be about it for this review of Super Mario Galaxy. Be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this movie. And until I make the next video, be sure to check out my other videos I made in the past. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.